What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world, because crypto is the juiciest opportunity over the next few years, and it's not even close. Welcome along on the journey. We're always excited to have you guys here. Corey, take it away.
Good morning, Pulsicans. How are we doing on this little small green day that we got over here in Pulse Chain land? Are you guys feeling it? You still feeling fudded? Are you guys buying the bottom? Is this the bottom? I have no idea. But I will tell you this. I think we're a lot closer to the bottom than we are to the top. That's for damn sure. And we're going to be using cryptocurrency as that wealth creation tool that we always talk about, because make no mistake, the opportunity is now in this space, and we just like the RH assets, so that's what we're going to participate at. And at the end of the movie, we'll use real estate and some other real world assets as that wealth preservation tool to have a true bear market hedge, so we can keep our monetary value, so we can buy the bottom of that bear market. And that's what I'm super excited about, and to bring as many people along with this journey, our family, our friends, you guys who make the show. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you that tune in every day. We try our best to come and bring the best crypto content we possibly can. We try to cut through narratives. I know some of the Pulsicans or Hexicans don't like that, but it's just the way we see the marketplace and see things being spun, which is fine. And we need the narratives, but we want to talk through some of these things and figure it all out and kind of get it on the table. So yeah, super excited today. I think the price charts are looking healthy, Dane. I really believe when I was saying Pulse Chain bottom last week, maybe Pulse Chain didn't bottom, but I believe PulseX and Ink did, because man, are they holding their value or what? They are just kind of drifting sideways in that zone. In fact, I put the Ink versus PulseX chart up, and I wanted to measure it in PulseX, and I liked what I saw so much, I even opened up a liquidity position, which you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of, especially in the bull market. But I was like, you know what? This could run sideways for a little bit longer, at least when you compare the two assets. They're kind of following each other really close. Even when we saw the larger wallet go and buy PulseX, what happened? Ink followed suit almost to the T. It was a little bit less, but almost to the T. Even that wallet was not buying Ink. I feel like they're going to stay in lockstep and barrel there for a little while. And so I'm going to provide a little bit of liquidity and kind of go against my own, thought process there just for a little bit. I might end up pulling it next week. Who knows? But I want to earn some extra Ink while we're running in this sideways motion. Any sign, Dane, I'm telling you, any sign of I would say 20% move or more on any one of those tokens, I'm getting the hell out of that liquidity position. But I keep the chart up. I'm watching it. I opened up a good sized position yesterday, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
What pair did you go into?
Ink and PulseX.
Okay.
Ink and PulseX. That's the one I told the most farms. What's that?
Just over in the PulseX farms.
Well, I did, and I used. I'm experimenting around with a new protocol. It's not new; it's new to me. Our buddy out here in Puerto Rico, you know who he is, Ben. He's a big liquidity guy. He's over on all these different things. He actually does pretty well with it. And he recommended, hey man, you should go look at this IM Pulse protocol. And I did, and it's I'm using it. We'll see if I can. I'm being a test dummy. I don't want to recommend it really even to you guys in the audience yet until I kind of get my thesis on this. But I mean, I'm telling you what I'm doing. It's all IMPLS is what it's called, and what it does, it's a liquidity compounder, kind of what we want Tetra to be. Except for Tetra could do a lot more beyond this, but this protocol compounds your liquidity multiple times every single day. And then it also has its own incentive token, of course, right? Like all these things have their incentive tokens. It has their own IMPLS token that you earn on top of it. And so you could either, sell down the token and switch it for more Ink, which I may or may not do. I don't know yet. or you could stake their incentive token into their protocol, and then you get a rev share of the fees of their protocol. And so I'm experimenting around with it. It's been audited. It's a fork of a protocol over on Binance. You know, our buddy recommended it to us. I was like, you know what, dude? I was going to open a liquidity position anyways. I'll try it out. Screw it. And we'll see how it goes, man. I cannot give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down right now. I'm just experimenting around with it, and I'm just watching it, you know, do its thing. And I like it so far. I don't know. We'll see. It's just another front end.
You're paid out in their incentive token over on their platform. Is that right?
Oh, you're paid out in so they take whatever you're earning. And so in this case, it's ink, right? They take that ink and then they auto compound that multiple times every single day back into your liquidity position. So in this case, they'd be selling half of that ink into PulseX and then going back into the main position multiple times every single day. So you don't have to worry about harvesting or doing any of that stuff. And then, yes, on top, I'm earning 5%. It's like 5.5 or something percent APY in their incentive token. And so, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Do they have a projection of what the APRs are in the?
They do not, sir. And that was one of my complaints into their Telegram. In fact, I dropped it into the Telegram and talked to the main dev, and he's like, you know, that's an amazing idea. He goes, I'm going to build it. It's a very simple front end. I'll even share it if you want. Let's share it. Like I said, guys, I am not recommending this. I like to be the test dummy a lot of times, even for our community. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm not saying go and do this. This is what I'm doing. So here you go. This is IMPLS. It's a fork of another protocol around Binance. This is their token right here, 15 cents. There's only ever going to be 300,000 tokens. Here's even the market cap of that token, which is like nothing. So if it does anything, you could make some money if you wanted to hold the token. But if you look at the price chart, the token is just going down to the right now. But here's all the different PulseX farms. It's got 9-inch farms. It's got other protocols that I'm not too familiar with, like this farm / PLS. I don't know. I don't know this protocol. So it has these other ones in here. 9-inch. There's Tony. I've heard of Tony. KB. I don't know what this is. So it's got some stuff in here I don't know, but like here's the farm I'm in. I'm in the Ink and PulseX farm here. And so it's taking this APY, it's auto compounding it multiple times every single day. It takes a small cut out of this APY, mainly to pay the stakers of the IMPLS token, the rev share of the protocol. But you can see you get a 5% boost from their token, and that's 39.02% APY. This is not including the auto compounder, but the auto compounder, when I was really crunching the numbers, does not really come into play on a short time frame. So like if you're like the kind of person who's like, look, I'm just going to open what's called a throwaway liquidity farm. I don't want to tap into that liquidity at any time of this market cycle, which is, you know, there are people who do this. If you wanted to do that, this could be a good spot for it, because over like a year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, your auto compounder really starts to matter. But if you're in here for a month, it doesn't really impact that much. And so that's something I'm tossing around in my head, because I'm definitely in here for the short gain, not for the long-term gain. I'm going to be, so that's something you need to consider going in here, is like, how long are you planning on setting your position? You know, what do you plan on doing with this extra 5%? I alone could be selling this IMPLS and taking that 5% and putting it back in the ink. And that would give me a true 39% APY versus what I'm making over on the PulseX front end. Completely up to you. What do you want to do there? You know, it's those are options that you have. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Dane, I'm not recommending this at all. I'm playing with it. Like I'm just playing with it, right? You know, there's not a lot of total value locks in this. So
that's cool.
If you look in here, Like, look at his total value of luck, $700, $6,000, $8,000. Like, there's not a lot of money in here. Here's Hex Pulse, there's 34 grand. You know, there's 102 grand in Ink and Pulse X. I have a position of this, full disclosure. But you look at this, $500. I mean, 9-inch, 30 grand. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff going on here. So it's interesting. They haven't had a lot of marketing. They've been around for 11 months, Dane. 11 months. Why ain't they talking? The only person I heard it from, Dane, was when we were at the beach that day with our buddy from here in Puerto Rico. He told me about it then, and I was just like, I'm not liquidity providing right now. And then he kept talking about it. We talk on the phone once in a while. And he's like, hey, if you're thinking about liquidity providing, go ahead and look at this. Like, where's the marketing for this stuff? I haven't seen any streams on it, and maybe I'm just not plugged in enough, but I don't know. If you guys know more about it in the chat, feel free to comment in the chat about the protocol. I don't know, man. We'll see if it's anything. Like I said, I'm playing with a new toy. That's all it is, and it might not mean much. Briz, let me get that URL. It's IMPLS.finance. And for someone like you, Briz, if you were having like that long-term throwaway farm where you're like, hey, I'm just going to put 10, 20, 30 grand and like, I'm just going to let it sit there for like years. And I don't care about cycles. I don't care about any of these narratives. I don't care. That would be maybe the ideal choice because of the auto compounding that's going on behind the scenes. And that would really grow that liquidity position pretty massively over a long-term horizon, not a short-term. It really doesn't make a difference on the short term. So you got to really think that through what you want to do. But yeah, I was like, man, I want to provide a little bit of liquidity right now in these ranges. I think we're going to sit sideways for a while. And I did. So that's what we're doing.
I like it. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Urban Productions. It's always here with some Bitcoin doing, was it called 9-inch or something? Yeah.
They're having a lot of downward pressure right now. Like everything. Dane, I remember this because I was playing the meme coin game back in like October to December-ish of last year. And in fact, I was making like a couple $100 a day doing it. Like I was just doing this, like, buying everything that was launching, doing a little bit of due diligence, make sure it's not a rug. And like, I was making some okay money, and not okay money. I was making actually kind of peanuts, but it was like a second job. And I stopped doing it. I remember in December, all those gains though, when I was doing it, it stopped. Nothing was pumping. Like it was like, there was like a month lag where like everything started correcting and started like kind of the air got sucked out of the room, if you will, how the Hans talks about it. And that happened first for about a month. And then the blue chips started pumping. Are we there now? I don't know. It's not financial advice. I'm just a dude on the internet speculating on his own money. But I feel like the air is getting sucked out of the room right now. And all the meme coins, all the stuff that it's more speculative in Pulse Chain that likes to pump. I mean, look at the PDI chart. Absolutely destroyed right now. And I don't know. Is that what we're seeing? I would like to see some, like to your point, a lot of times on the show, Dan, you're talking about you want to see some bottom structure. I would like to see that on Pulse Chain. Then that would really explain why the air is getting sucked out, is because there's that bottoming structure really forming. That means there's money coming in to form that bottom. It's an interesting thing to think about. I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell. But I don't see anything really doing much, including 9-inch and the BBC token are getting wrecked. My buddy's like, yeah, man, you should go accumulate a bunch of BBC right now. I'm like, I want to accumulate blue chips. I'm like, I want to accumulate the blue chips. I don't know if I want to go accumulate BBC.
Well, I just want to see structure on anything worth accumulating, right? I want to see some structure, and then you can go ahead and accumulate. I think you make a great point. You're looking and you're seeing some of the blue chip stuff looking like it's bottomed or darn close to it. You know what I mean? Really close to it. and you're seeing a lot of the life getting sucked out of some of the other tokens that are here. And like you said before, that's that's typically indicative of potentially the ecosystem as a whole, or at least the core stuff, creating some structure. And we're starting to see it on Ink and PulseX. We've seen it for the last few days, almost a week or so. We're waiting for Hex and Pulse Chain to give some more confirmations.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, like looking real close to the bottom, which is good.
Yeah, I think Ink and PulseX is just front running the market a little bit. It's more, the market favors us more. So we're going to see structure there first, and then see the structure, come over onto. I think Pulse will be next. And unfortunately, for all you guys who are Hexicans, I know I'm a Hexican too. I'd be willing to bet Hex is last to form structure. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong. But Solid X destroyed Corvette and auction. Yeah, man, I've already auctioned one. I still have my others because I'm going to do a little small DCA into Solid X here coming soon. I would like to see structure there too. But man, I'm gonna end up buying a little bit more. That's just my speculation. It's my bag. That's my premier meme coin, if you will, in my bag. Whether it does well or not, I don't know. My blue chip positions are way bigger, especially now. There was a point where Solid X overtook them. I was like, holy crap. I have faith in Solid X still. I think it's gonna have another run. Could be wrong. Could be totally wrong.
Yeah. And I think it's funny, like I think there's a lot to be said. So I was talking with I shouldn't say I was talking with, I was just looking at you guys might have seen the Soda Chronicles on Twitter, and I think it's pretty interesting to follow a lot of the information.
I saw you comment. I'm like, uh-oh, bro, you're gonna be placed in the cabal category. You're part of the cabal now. If you question him, you're part of the cabal.
Right. Well, let's talk about it, because I think this stuff's important. And a lot of people do this, right? And I'm not saying Soda in particular, but it just spurred the thought process where you're looking at, other tokens that are in a big pullback right now. And so I'll ask you guys in the chat, I'm curious what your thoughts are. How do you define the difference, right? What's the difference between a scam, if you will, and something that's in a good accumulation zone? What's the difference? Because you see stuff getting thrown around all the time where people are like, oh, look, funny. I told you guys the price was going to come back. Well, guess what? Everything's coming back right now. Everything.
Mm-hmm. Everything.
And so, you can look at the influencers that raised money. You can look at all sorts of different factors. The fact is that unless you're holding Bitcoin, well, everything else has largely come back down. And at what point does it become a scam? At what point, like I said, is it just something in a good accumulation zone? I mean, we're here. We've been talking about Pulse Chain for years, and working with you guys. We're not going anywhere, right? We're here. No. We feel like the Pulse
I love
Chain
this ecosystem.
Yeah, the core stuff is in a good accumulation zone, like we've been talking about. So we've been buying, and so at what point is the difference?
It's funny because we're just a giant echo chamber of the cryptos that came before us. If you look at the Bitcoin maxis, they would call everything, including Ethereum, including ETH, a scam, right? That's a scam. Bitcoin's the only one, the one true only one, and it works all the way down, right? So you have the Pulse Chain maxi guys, or even the Hex maxi guys, where everything else is a scam, right? Or maybe you got the guys in the Tang Gang who is like, well, everything's a scam. That's not the Tang Gang tickers. It's just how it works, right? Same with the Atropa guys. Like, it's just funny how it all kind of trickles down, and it starts with the Bitcoin maxi guys, and everyone talks shit about that and that mindset, but everyone participates in that way of thinking. All right, they'll point to that and go, man, you guys you need to open your worldview. Maybe you should look in a mirror.
Right. It goes both ways. Exactly. Yeah. And Briz Briz nailed it. Yeah, when everything's going up, right? Or when things are going up, like everything tends to go up as well. And the end of the day, all that matters is a good sticky narrative that gets more people to buy than there is buy and hold, than there is sellers, and that's what matters, right? It's funny, people want to come in and talk about utility. It doesn't matter. In fact, Sami made a great video that I watched the other day, where if you go and you look at the highest grossing net positive, why am I blanking? It's the cash flows, the best cash flow protocols in DeFi with product market fit and things of that nature. Well, guess what? They're destroyed. Like something like Aave, down forever since the last bull run. Something like what's the leverage trading platform that Fame's built after?
GMX.
GMX, same thing. Like that doesn't matter, at least in this part of the cycle, for price appreciation on the tickers. And so before people are too quick to say, you're getting rugged and scammed on these different things. Look, most charts look like Richard's charts. And if we're here, we don't feel like we're getting rugged by Richard, right? And time will tell, but we don't feel like that's the case. And so, at the end of the day, you buy the things that you believe in, that you feel like there's product market fit. You feel like there's a good narrative that in time this bull run will really lift it up, and everyone's just guessing. And that's a fact.
That's it. And that's it. It's funny. Briz must have been around for the Ethereum launch. Here he said Ethereum did look like a scam. They said they were going to do smart contracts, and there weren't any smart contracts to point to. So it felt like a vampire attack when he promises. A vampire attack with empty promises. That sounds awfully familiar for what we got going on today in these days. And I remember hearing that narrative over and over and over again before Pulse Chain launched. Over and over and over again. History just repeats. We're in a movie, the script has already been written, and you just need to find the puzzle pieces and have the faith. So it's interesting.
Yeah. And I think that's a really fair comment too. Yeah. Credit where credit's due, right? Richard absolutely started all this. And so we're all faithful that he will continue to drive things forward. And in my opinion, he is, right? You see him active on Twitter. You see him fighting the SEC. You see him doing these different things, right? He could have curled up into a ball and gone off to Dubai and disappeared off the map. No problem. But he hasn't done those things. And I think it's like we talked about the other day, it's up to him to really lead the charge for Pulse Chain to flourish. It is. You have to have Richard. You have to have him out there marketing. We get the whole like, hey, if you want something done, do it yourself. We get it. But in the end of the day, that, like you need the guy, and Richard is the guy here in this circumstance. And so it'll be fun to see. It'll be good.
Once again, the 4 rocket boosters, one of them is him coming back and streaming, and that would send us, in my opinion, to the stratosphere. I think the community just needs leadership. That's it. You're still going to have your cabals and Tangangs and Atropas. That's still going to be around. But you would see a lot more people beating the drum in the same direction.
Yeah, agreed.
Are you part of this Camel Clan there, Dane? I
was trying to figure out what he was referencing. I'm missing the reference here. Are you picking it up?
Yeah, I'm in it. He's got a Telegram called Camel Clan.
Okay.
The Camel Clan is maybe you know how like you have how you have like gangs, you have like Bloods and Crips, and then in Bloods you have like these subset of like the Bloods and the Crips. That's what it reminds me. The Camel Clan is the subset of the Cabal. Like it's one part of the Cabal. Like so now we're starting to break out in these like sub communities inside.
It's like the Tang Gang, but for Chads.
It's like Tay Game. I thought that was the Cabal, and I thought Camel Clan was just a subset. Look at
that. All right, I'll have to go find it then. That's great.
Yeah, Fast Abdul was leading the charge on that. Yeah, we'll see.
Cool. That's great. Cool, Corey. I'm trying to think of any of, I mean, that's the main thing right now is I think we're largely just sitting around and waiting. There's a lot of really cool things to come. Looking for structure on price charts. We don't give any really financial advice here. You guys go buy whatever you want to buy. We've learned from experience that gosh, like not dying to buy falling knives. So learn from your experiences, right? If you've done that before, well, stop doing that, right? Be a little more patient. Figure out how to chart works.
Couple really bullish news on the overall macro for crypto, although it's not showing on the charts yet. One is Coinbase is officially suing the SEC, FDIC, accusing federal regulators of trying to cut out the crypto industry. So this came out today. Second is that Congress has said that the SEC can no longer choose their judges for fraud cases. So if the SEC is going after somebody for fraud, they can no longer choose their judge, which up to this point they've been able to. And Congress came out today and said, no, you no longer can do that. You don't have that power.
That's great.
Yeah. So another massive overall, it could affect, I don't know if that can or will affect the RH case, because obviously there is some fraud allegations in the case that the SEC is pointing to the RH or not so much RH. He's saying the fraud allegations, I think, are actually on Hex Corporation and Pulse Chain Corporation and Pulse X Corporation. However that works, I don't know. But does that change this? Like, can we go in and change the judge? Was this particular judge appointed by the SEC? I don't know the answer to that question, and I would like some answers to that. Just or no, right? But it's interesting talking points, and yeah, super bullish overall crypto. Wouldn't it be kind of funny if Coinbase, because we saw that $1.8 million get paid out by SEC to DebtBox, which is peanuts, but it's a win. But like, wouldn't it be funny if we see some kind of like reparation or something like that, or some kind of payment? I don't know, like from this Coinbase suing the SEC. Like, we're in interesting times, Dane. Very interesting times. And isn't it funny how this lines up on this part of the cycle?
Yeah.
Or last year, it was like all bad news. And even the prior year, like it was all just death to crypto type news. And then now you hear this like the shift to crypto type news. Man, I'm telling you, we're in a movie. You just got to put the puzzle pieces together. The script has already been written. It's funny how this stuff falls right on the cycle where we should be at in the cycle to facilitate the price charts in the future where they should be going. It's just really funny to me. I don't know, man. It fascinates me, and it would be even more fascinating. Wait to the end of the year and beginning of next year if we start seeing this crazy bullish news. I can't even fathom what the most bullish news would be in crypto right now with the governments and SEC. Like, it's hard because we've been in such a negative time frame for so long. It's hard for me to fathom like what would be the bullish type news, minus like RH winning the case, right? Or RH case dismissal or something like that, because that affects our direct ecosystem. But like, I think we're going to see some stuff come out that affect crypto as a whole that is going to be extremely bullish. And maybe it's something as simple as like, and I'm not getting political here, guys, but maybe it's something as simple as Donald Trump winning the election. I don't know. Like, you're right. And he comes in and he's like,
super pro crypto. Yeah. Imagine somebody like that. Whoever may be. Yeah. Imagine somebody like that.
Did you know he's speaking at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville next month?
Is he?
Yes. Yes. He's trying to rally the troops of this space. And that way he can win over these votes. And who knows if he comes in and actually holds true to everything he's saying. I don't know. But the news event of him winning the election, that alone, I think, and if he keeps on this type of campaign, that alone could send crypto as a whole into the stratosphere, or maybe we're already in kind of the beginning makings of the stratosphere, and that's just once again, it's part of the cycle. It's so weird to me. It's so weird to me, man. You just got to know and where to look for these breadcrumbs, these puzzle pieces. Have the faith. It does take faith, man. It takes some faith to not go in there and jeet your bags and be like, man, screw this space.
Right.
It takes some faith, man. And yeah. Oh yeah, there's Paul Sachs. If Trump implements a tax holiday on crypto next year, massive top signal. He's also talking about Paul Sachs getting rid of income tax and making it, he has another name for it, but it's like the trade import tax, where it would be put there to try to make the money versus off of the American income. Man, if that happened, I don't know. I love Puerto Rico, but do I stay out here? Well, there'll probably be still capital gains tax. That's income tax. I don't think that's capital gains tax, if I'm not mistaken. You guys could correct me in all this shit. Like, I don't know. Capital gains tax would still be a issue. I'm not forking over a check of 30% to your favorite 3-letter agencies when I go to sell my bag. And so I'll stay in Puerto Rico just for that. But it's interesting, man. It's really, really, it's all theater. Oh my God, Tin Top, you have nailed it. It is all theatrics. The movie and script has already been written. We're just participating in it because we hold these bags. You don't have to participate in it. You can let go of the bags and you'll be out of the movie. But you don't, but there's not like this, oh, here's the end of the movie. You have to put the puzzle pieces together and have the faith. And you got to kind of be forward thinking. You got to see. And it's very interesting to me, man. I agree with Tin Top there 100%. Tin Top, are you melting, bro? I think I said that yesterday on my stream. You melting out there, man? I know the heat is hot out in AZ, bro. Yeah, you know AZ hit 117 degrees, Dane?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we're over 100 in Utah, but not, that is hot.
You guys have fun with this shit. We're fucking 90 right here, man. I'm enjoying it. In fact, we're looking like we get some rain today. But yeah, man, I wanted to throw that out there before we wound down our show. Guys, we're going to be having a surprise guest coming on soon. I'm talking with them, working it out. We thought we were going to have them on today, but keep your ears peeled and come and watch our show, because I don't think I'm going to put it in the description. You just got to come and see when he pops on, and that's going to be a fun show when we get him on. We're going back and forth, but sorry, what were you saying, Dane? I kind of cut you off there.
No. I thought, I was just gonna say, I thought this was a good take by Addy. Yeah, by all means, I think it makes a ton of sense to go back. The tricky thing is people have the memory of a goldfish, right? And so back to earlier, like, people need, like, legitimately, if you want Pulse Chain to see its highest highs, people need Richard to rally the troops. You absolutely need that. So I think it's great. We've gone back and watched his old streams. Richard's the GOAT in his old streams. It's incredible. That's why we're here, right? I think that's why probably many of you are here as well. It'll be exciting if we can get some clarity on the case and he can come back to going live and showing his face again. It'll be exciting.
120%. Man, that would be quite the event, even for me and my family. I would I don't know, man. I would make it a special, like, we'd get all in here and we never watch TV. Like, it's just not a thing in our family, but that would be an event that it'd be so exciting. I would love it. And Briz, yeah, he did, but that's not capital gains. Remember, us crypto bros, that's what we really care about. It's capital gains. That's where 3-letter agencies don't give us any breaks, man. They give us breaks in real estate. They don't give us breaks in crypto, man. And they like to take as much as they possibly can from you. And man, I'm not about that. I am just not about it. So, all right, cool, man. Yeah, guys, come on tomorrow. We'll have our our Open Mic Friday. Man, I couldn't even think of the name of the show. We're going to have Open Mic Friday tomorrow. Come one, come all. It's going to be a blast. Talk about any of these talking points. Talk about what's going to make us go viral. We've talked about it many times on the show. The 4 thrusters in the rocket ship that are going to do that. We can talk about real estate. This is going to be your show. Make sure you come on. And if you're watching over on Twitter, come over and subscribe. Help us boost the algorithm. Get us into the stratosphere. And if you guys are watching here today, smash the likes. And if you're already subscribed, keep smashing the likes. And Fast Abdul says he's going to bring some camels. Man, I am getting scared, Dane. Fast Abdul scares me sometimes. He's the perfect character for this space. He is, man. Oh, it's so much fun. So,
cool, guys.
Let me real quick.
Yeah, what else we got?
On Euro and all capital gains. Oh yeah. It's all right. Yeah. To your point, man. I'm not in capital gains, bro. I live in Puerto Rico. So cool, man. We can wind it. Thanks, guys, for hopping on. We appreciate you, and we'll see you mañana. Keep the faith.
See you guys.